Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Welcome to episode 950. Where Now you're not gonna believe me when I say this. But in the past 50 days, from episode 900 to 950, have been the most life-altering days. Some of the most. Lot of stuff has happened. And I find that the last 50 days, the last 50 episodes, even though it really hasn't been, the last 50 days have been the most interesting. Not because of what's happened in the anime, not because of what's happened in the show, not because of what's just overall happening in the world, but what's happening between the relationship of me and Memoria Freese. See, this used to be a series where I would record it every day, and I'd have a laugh. I'd make a promise that I'd record an event, that I'd do an event extravaganza, that I'd do something, and then ultimately still record that day despite not doing that thing. And that's been very, very, very sort of lacking in these past 50 days. Because instead of making episodes, instead of making an episode in which I explain why I didn't do this, or instead of making an episode that makes up for it sometimes, I just skip a day. And in all honesty, folks, that's not okay. This was a series. This is a series. No, this was a series where I could just record and talk every day without thinking about repercussions. This used to be a series that could make me happy every time I started an event. This used to be a series in which I would never fail to upload every day, despite not every upload being the best. This used to be a series. In which I could have a bit of fun in. This series, this magnificent, confusing, life-altering, interesting series has, for the first time ever, been absent. Been absent. Been absent. And I hate that. I want to be the first to say that I hate that. I hate that that's what's happening. And I hate that that's what's happening. But I also hate the fact that I also hate the fact that I'm glad that I'm slowly moving on. And it's quite the interesting turn of events. Quite the interesting thought process. Kind of contradicts itself. Let me do this for a second, because I'm probably like, I'm like my freaking Invisalign. Might not be allowing me for you guys to hear all of the details. And again, I'm glad that I'm moving on. But the fact of the matter is that as I'm moving on, I can't just let this series leave. I can't let this series go like I've done with past series. Like I've done with Minecraft Survival series, even though that's on hiatus. I like with Link's Awakening. With Link to the Past. Like with Westerado. Like with Life is Strange. It's I don't want this series to go. Because the minute it goes, is the minute where I said in the past, is the minute where something that I said in the past, where a line that I said in the past has becomes a new meaning, has a new meaning, and sort of thrashes its old meaning. And this particular line is, and I don't know if it's exactly like how I said it, but in the past, I said that Memoria Freese has sort of become this daily thing, this daily diary of sorts. it's just it's a daily chore type deal, and and it's fun and it's exciting, and the day that you see that I skip, or the day that you see that there isn't an episode, you know something is wrong. And I said that. And that's changed. Because most of the time, these days, nothing's gone wrong. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Things have gone right. And I had to tell you, man, I never thought there'd come a day in which I'd stop recording, or I would skip a day of Memoria Freese, because I was happy. I'm probably taking it too seriously. I'm probably over-exaggerating. And you know what? If I am, then I am. But it doesn't matter, because even if I'm over exaggerating, it doesn't matter. That's just what I do, man. I over exaggerate sometimes, and when I really just don't need to, and I just move on. And yeah. And yeah. 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 So. So. What do I do to get back into this? It's only been a day. But it's not just a day. Because believe me, I recorded I uploaded an episode yesterday, but I didn't record it yesterday. I recorded it the day after yesterday. And it's really messy, because the thing is, episode 947, I think, was supposed to be uploaded on a Saturday, but it ended up being uploaded and recorded on a Sunday, and into a Monday, into a no wait. Into a Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, and this I think would make episode 50. It's a weird thing, but what I'm basically trying to get at is, how do I get back into the whole roll of things, the whole scheme of things, if you will? Because we had a real tight train. We had a real banger of episodes up until episode 20 or so. And then from there is when it all started going downhill. But it really wasn't going downhill. Just that things were getting better. But also kind of downhill. And the main thing, and the main part of that downhilliness was that I realized that the videos needed to be cropped. And the videos needed to start being merged because they kept cutting up. And that's still happening. And so when I record a video at, let's say, 8 at night, and it's about an hour long, merging is probably going to take an hour, and then cropping, or like the process of cropping, is going to take another hour as well, and then I'll like forget about it for 2 hours, and then realize, it's 12 a.m. at night. It's 12 a.m. and I still haven't uploaded the video. So, that's what happens, and that really sucks. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a way to combat that. I'm going to try to find a way to combat that whole thing. Because it's really not fun having to do that over and over again. So that is why. Starting from tomorrow. No, wait. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's why starting from tomorrow and onwards, I'm going to stop doing the cropping. And then that seems like a bad solution. Trust me, it's really not. It's just... Because the thing is that I put it in the cropping stage, and then it doesn't even tell me if it's cropped or not. So, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop cropping episodes. And I'm going to get back to making thumbnails, because it's been a bit. And well, I'm gonna see where the wind it blows. Because folks, this is episode 950. And these past 50 days, not 50 episodes, but 50 days, we've risen, we've fallen just as much, or even more, than I have, or equal to how much I've experienced in the series as a whole. If that made any sense. So from now on, even though it won't be cropped, even though some of the episodes won't be perfect, even though not all of my promises will go through, even though I highly doubt that I'll be able to get anything accomplished in the next 50 days, I ask you to continue following with me through the next 50 episodes. Not the final 50 episodes, but the next 50 episodes. In Memoria Freese Y3. Because I believe that despite all of the losses and all of the falls and all of the this and all of the that and all of the promises that I've been able to that I haven't been able to make throughout the last 50, throughout the last 100, throughout the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 950 episodes. Continue to watch this ever relentless, never ending, unwavering series. Because folks, we have we have we have so many goddamn things to come. Noticing my savior next to me, headed out into these ruined streets. I'd pass by the local pub, seeing a lunch box prepared by a friend of mine, sparring with an elven fighter. Then I'd go bust the Market Central Park and meet up with my two mates, and then we'd head into the dungeon and fight, and we'd have fun either in there or outside. Then everything came crashing when our home was destroyed by another familia that was really, really, really angry with us. So we went to war with them and we won, and then we got our own home back. We got a new home. And from there we lived peacefully until everything just went crazy. And now I'm being made out to be the fool. I'm made out to be the fool. I'm made out to be the fool called Beru Lu.